What's going on, everybody? So check this out. I'm a veteran gone criminal who found redemption through making music. Producing music is just a milestone as to what I want to do in my life. I've actually done a lot of things I didn't think I would ever do. For instance, I joined the toughest branch of the military right after high school, became a Marine. December 5. I was incarcerated, became a criminal, and during my incarceration, I found my passion in making music. So let's back up and talk about some other things I didn't think I would ever do. When I was in the 4th grade, I was on the honor roll. All A's and B's. Mama was so proud of me. However, when I was in the 5th grade, I got suspended for swearing at the teacher. Not my finest moment. Don't worry, professor, I won't swear at you. This is what happened. So I guess we were supposed to be quiet or something. I wasn't really quiet, as you can tell. I was more talkative and whatnot. Anyways, she was like, "Hey, you need to shut up and sit down," blah, 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 blah. And I was like, "Beep you." I didn't blatantly say, "Beep you." It was more like I whispered it. I was like, "Beep you." The kid next to me heard me. He didn't really like me, so he ratted me out. Mama was so pissed off at me for that one. So after high school, I joined the United States Marine Corps. I went to MCRD San Diego for 3 months learning how to march and something about following orders. I didn't really get that memo. My follow-on school after that was in Jacksonville, North Carolina on Camp Johnson. That was actually pretty cool. I was stationed in San Diego on Camp Pendleton. Technically, it wasn't San Diego. Camp Pendleton is in Oceanside, California, which is like 35 miles away from San Diego. It's in North San Diego County. So I just tell people, hey, I was in San Diego because it's easier that way. I had some beachfront living on Camp Pendleton. I was actually on 21 area Del Mar, where the Amtracks are. For those of you who do know, you know. For those of you who don't know, now you know. One of the coolest things I ever got to do in the Marine Corps was I actually got to shoot a 50 caliber machine gun. That was fun. So I picked up a felony shortly after my discharge, which ultimately led to my enrollment in Los Angeles Film School and me pursuing a degree in music production. Picked up a felony for breaking the law, obviously. How else are you going to pick up a felony, right? I went to jail. Wop, 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 wop. But while I was in jail, I met Nate. Nate taught me how to wordplay. One of the coolest pieces of advice that Nate told me was this. He said, "Man, there are so many words in the English language that it is nearly impossible to not find something to rhyme with something." For instance, he used the word despite. Then he said this flight, this fight, this night. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. So I took that to heart, which ultimately led to me writing lines. Now, I've always had a passion for writing lines, even ever since I was a kid, like when I was, 9 years old, I think? Yeah, I was 9 years old, and I would always just write, and I would just write. I would be in class, and I would just write. But I never considered them bars, or I never considered it rap. I would just write lines. I would write what I called lyrics. But I always had a fascination, sounding like Sean Connery over here, fascination with making the last words rhyme. So when I heard this, I was like, man, all right. So that ultimately led to me writing lines, like bars, and I would practice my rhyme schemes in more detail. As you can see, I've actually done a lot of things I didn't think I would ever do, from joining the Marine Corps to becoming a criminal, and now I'm pursuing a degree in music production. This is what I want you to remember. Mistakes are meant to learn from. They do not define who you are. Let me say that again, slower. Mistakes are meant to learn from. They do not define who you are. Overcome adversity and be the change that you want to see in the world. Thank you.